All right, everyone, welcome into the News 10 Plus digital desk. Hopefully you're having a very nice Wednesday despite the drop in temperatures.
Oh, I know. It's like a 180, which, I mean, this is the weather that we're used to in February. So I think yesterday was like a nice little surprise, and that's why we didn't get used to it. At least I tried. I was like, I'm not going to get used to it. I'm going to brace it, but I'm not going to get used to it because I knew this cold was coming.
Right.
But the storms and all the damages, like, that's a whole other thing, and that's obviously our weather department can talk more about that. But what a crazy past 24 hours.
Yes,
but
for sure. Busy.
Yes, definitely busy. And on busy days, sometimes you just need a little pick-me-up and a nice little smile. And one way you can do that by giving to others, or by like maybe being on the other side of things. And one program, of course, is the Buy One Give One. Today is Wednesday, and once a month we head over to a Big B and we're able to have this Buy One Give One campaign, and it's so much fun because we get to go live from the location, meet the community, and then meet a lot of the business owners and the managers that work at these Big Bs, and they see firsthand the power of Buy One Give One. And I know it's like it technically is like buy one give, or buy one get one free or whatever.
Yeah, a little BOGO deal.
Yeah, exactly. But this is like asking to give one out to someone in the community, or give one to a friend, who's having a bad day, like that sort of thing. So it's nice. And so we're excited to go to it, the Big B. Claudia will be there. She'll obviously talk about Buy One, Give One. So definitely stop by. But also the menu, they're coming out with like a little bit more of like an Irish cream sort of for St. Patrick's Day. I know, which is March is in a couple of days. And I know. So we'll talk a lot about that. Plus, kind of on the giving note, the Italian Village Pizza over in the Lansing Mall, they have a pay it forward program. So they're serving up some love through some pizza because one owner realized that, a lot of times at the mall, people are coming up and they're asking if there's like scraps or if they have any leftovers, like that sort of thing. So he was like, oh, well, how's a way I can help? And they're like, well, maybe we can like give one out every couple of while, or like do like a giveaway sort of thing. But then he found out that like it might be easier to offer a pay it forward program. So people in the community can go up and buy themselves a slice of pizza, but then also, pay an extra X amount of money, and then that will be a slice, like a meal for someone there.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah, so it's like, it's been making waves throughout the mall, so other people are doing similar things. So definitely fun. So we'll have them on the show talking through how you can support it all. Plus it is, since February's ending, I have to do a craft.
We do get an extra day of February.
We do.
Cole's
Crafts is happening today, and this one involves a hair dryer, a napkin, and a candle. I feel like I'm telling a joke, like, 3 people walk in the bar, like,
hair dryer,
napkin, and a candle. What are they doing?
Well, I love candles, so now you piqued my interest.
Yes, exactly. It's kind of more of a decor. We see a lot of those candle sticks. Like this tall skinny candles being really popular for decoration, and so same with the wider wax one. Well, using a napkin, you can kind of decorate it.
Oh, I'm excited for
I know. So definitely stay tuned. All happens at 3 p.m.
All right. Thank you, Nicole, for sharing all of that.
Yes.
And we will see you at 3.
Yes. See you then.
Thank you. Whoop. There we go.
You got it.
At WILX Studio 10 is all you have to do, or look up to check out Studio 10 Pass Forward. If you want to talk about Pay It Forward and learn more about that pizza program, you can go to @WILX Studio 10 to learn more. Or, of course, if you're a business and want to get involved with Studio 10, you can email them at studio10@WILX.com. And if you want to participate in any of their fun little questions and get a little shout out, you can also email them your answer and make that happen. I do want to give a live look outside. Let's take a live look in downtown Jackson because it is looking crummy over there. You were seeing the snowflakes coming down, smacking the camera actually, and it does not look fun out there with the wind and everything going on. So that is what we're looking at right now, and then I'll give you a live look at Mason, which looks more calm, but of course you are seeing the clouds outside. We had Justin Bradford earlier in today, as well as Darren Rockle, so the two of them very busy with the Big B special as well, the Buy One, Give One, and giving is caring, so that's an awesome thing happening. Make sure to go check it out, and again, Studio 10 will be live there, so go to Big B starting at 3. You can also maybe get a little appearance on Studio 10. But with all of that, I do want to show the First Alert weather app because a lot of storm talk happening today. those cleanup efforts, and also even still talking about FEMA when it comes to the storms last summer. But focusing on this one, we did see a lot of storm damage, and even Kellen Buddy was out there earlier this morning showing that damage out in Marshall. So download the First Alert weather app so our meteorologists can continue to update you with those updates, anything happening in the forecast. So of course, tomorrow is the last day of February. We get that extra day with leap day. And then we'll see if we move into more spring-like temperatures like we had yesterday. So download the First Alert weather app completely free off of Google Play and the Apple App Store. And then you can also, well, let me do this real quick. If I go here to WILX.com, you can also submit your photos, and you see some of that damage. Someone's part of their roof came off. So we have those pictures right there if you want to check it out. And also, if you go to First Alert weather right up there on the blue banner, you are able to see that Darren has an in-depth description of our forecast today. And then also scrolling down, this is pretty similar to the First Alert weather app that you can just have on your phone, or you can look up WILX.com, but you get the hourly, you can see 3-day, the 10-day, and even your weekend forecast. Keep scrolling down a bit, you can see the radar. So if I play that out a little bit, you're seeing that wintry mix, this one right here moving across, and I mean, that is what you're seeing in Jackson right now. Of course, I am not the meteorologist, so you can see Andy Provenzano coming up during Studio 10, first at 4, our 90 minutes of news for more of an in-depth look at your First Alert forecast. But again, one more time, giving you live looks over downtown Jackson, where you're seeing more of the snowflakes just coming down, those flurries. But again, very windy. I was outside during my lunch break and drove around for some errands. Oh, we are seeing some snow flurries come down in Mason right now. But yeah, strong gusts of wind. So if you are out on the roads, just be mindful to, oh, that's not Jackson. There we go. Let's put up Mason. That you are both hands on the wheel, you are focused, and just being mindful that the strong gusts of wind could move your car a little bit. I do want to show what else we have coming up during our 90 minutes of news, starting with first at 4. So we are talking about Eating Disorder Awareness Week. All week long, that is happening right now. And so we're bringing on Marianne Huff, who is the president and CEO of Michigan, or the Mental Health Association of Michigan. She's going to be talking about the signs and symptoms to look out for when that comes to both physical and emotional. Also talking about the different kinds of eating disorders. So anorexia, bulimia, and there are many more to learn about and inform yourself on. Have that awareness. That is the point of this week. So we're going to dive deeper into that, and also the eating disorder helpline. We will provide that and other resources for you as well. So make sure you tune in first at 4. Coming in News 10 at 5 today, February is Heart Health Awareness Month. And you may have heard of Life's Essential 7. That's a list of the top 7 ways to improve and maintain your heart health. But now the American Heart Association has updated their list to include an 8th habit. We'll share what that is coming up tonight on News 10 at 5. Coming up News 10 at 5:30, Riley Connell is talking about a story where Michigan Senate Committee heard testimony today on a new bill that would lower payday loan interest rates. So Senator Sarah Anthony is sponsoring that bill. And she says payday lenders often give out loans at a more than 300% interest rates. So her bill would bring that number down to 36%. News 10's Riley Connell will have a full breakdown of the hearing today. And again, that is coming up on News 10 at 5:30. Coming up on News 10 at 6 today, we take a look at which costs more, eating at home or going out to eat. So we've talked about the rise in prices recently, and especially at the grocery store. So you will want to tune in News 10 at 6 to hear more on all of that. And yeah, the reason might actually surprise you. So again, eating out at home versus dining in. We're going to have more of that coming up for you. But I also want to show our You're Not Alone mental health series and talking about Eating Disorder Awareness Week. Whether you are facing an eating disorder and going through that challenge, or facing any other mental health challenges, anxiety, depression, stress, no matter what you're going through, know that you're not alone. There are resources out there for you. So all you have to do is go to that QR code that just popped up on your screen, and you will see a link. You click on that link, it'll bring you to our website, WILX.com, with a list of resources across Michigan. and just use that as a guide, or you can actually use those resources to find the right counselor or therapist that fits your situation and who can understand you so that you can improve your emotional well-being. That is what we have coming up today during our 90 minutes of news. I do want to share what our reporters have going on out in the field. So we're going to start with Mars coming up, News 10 at 5. Mars?
Hi, Taylor. And two things are for certain. It's cold and it's windy. And I don't have to be a part of the First Alert weather team to tell you that. And of course, I'm not a weatherman, but I'm outside talking to the public about their reaction to that high in the 70s we had yesterday to now having that high in the 20s. I'll have more on their reactions in News 10 at 5.
All right, and I'm glad Mars is inside the car for that because it was very windy, and if you were talking to anyone on the phone, they could not hear you with all the wind. But we have more from News 10's Erin Bowling coming up, News 10 at 6, and you're seeing some of that storm damage behind her. Erin?
Thanks, Taylor. Today I'm in Marshall, where a tornado touched down last night during the severe thunderstorms. I'm speaking with the local residents, and I'll have a recap of the damage on News 10 at 6. Back to you, Taylor.
All right, and it is looking cold out there. Erin's actually in the cold. You were hearing the wind, and you just heard Mars talking about how chilly it is outside. Let's see how downtown Jackson is looking right now. A lot clearer, actually, than even a few minutes ago. So that's incredible in itself. Again, taking a look downtown Jackson. Let's get a little feel for that at the second. But yeah, so again, Mars outside, and you heard him talking about the wind and the cold, and then Erin out there as well talking about last night's storm damage and all the cleanup efforts. So that is what we have coming up today during our 90 minutes of news. I do want to give another look outside. Let's take a look at Delta Township. Again, we're going to have Andy Provenzano giving you a more in-depth look during Studio 10 and then First at 4 in our 90 minutes of news. But right now they are very, very busy. So I'm just going to give you a quick look outside so you can kind of get a feel of what's happening around mid-Michigan without leaving your home and getting into the cold. And here is a live look over US 127. In fact, here looks like it's now getting more of the little flurries coming down, but traffic seems to be moving just fine out there, and road conditions look pretty dry as well. So that is what we have coming up today on News 10, and if I move it back to me, there we go. Lots of buttons and things to be maneuvering around here. But hopefully you're all staying nice and warm. If you are dealing with any severe weather impacts from the storm yesterday, I hope that you have the resources. People are out there helping you. And I hope that everything gets cleaned up quickly. But make sure you're staying up to date with our First Alert weather team. Again, Andy Provenzano has more coming up, starting with Studio 10. They're getting started in about 45 minutes here. So if you need to pick me up on this Wednesday, tune into Studio 10. We'll have a lot more information coming up on First at 4 and our 90 minutes of news. And tomorrow, again, is the last day of February. Usually it's 28 days, but we are in a leap year. So tomorrow is your leap day, February 29th, don't forget. And then we will begin March on Friday. Have a great rest of your Wednesday, everyone. Have a great Wednesday.